My name is Mary Kamari. I am a wife, a mother, and the CEO and co-founder of KEM Autism Center of Excellence. My oldest son, Cameron, has autism. He's also a nonverbal child. My friends and I created this video to share our experiences as parents and specialists of children with autism. In our honesty, autism is a very challenging condition that affects the entire family. However, autism is not a lifelong sentence to mediocrity, desolation, displeasure, or a less than lifestyle. Certainly, our children should not be condemned to second-class citizens simply because they have autism. We hope that after watching this video, you will have a better understanding of our struggles and the love that we have for our children. It takes a society to raise a child with autism, and we are asking you, as a member of the society, to support children with autism, accept children with autism. Compassion is a choice. Autism is not.
On stage is my daughter. She is 7 years old. She is about to showcase what she has learned and the milestones that she has come through. She was nonverbal. She's a little bit verbal. So what is your name?
Time.
What's your mommy's name?
Pat.
What's your daddy's name?
Missy.
What's your brother's name?
Jay.
His name?
Jay.
His real name?
Jay.
His other name?
Jay.
JC?
John.
Say it again.
Jason. Young.
JC. And what's your brother's name?
JB.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Acheng Makonya. I'm here during the Autism Awareness Month as an applied behavior practitioner. Working with children with autism can be very overwhelming. However, I would like to let you know that there is hope. There is hope in the field of applied behavior analysis, working together with other team members from other fields. There's hope to help improve your child's behavior. Applied behavior analysis is an evidence-based treatment method that has been proven with a lot of clinical research to provide applied intervention to your child. We know that children with autism usually exhibit a lot of problem behaviors. And most of these behaviors is not because they like, it's just because of the nature of their disability. One of them is nonverbal behavior. When a child is not able to express him or herself, they tend to exhibit other inappropriate behavior. Some of these behaviors are self-injurious behavior, aggression, emotional outbursts, and some of them have sensory issues. What should a parent know? A parent should know that applied behavior analysis works because it's research-based, it's evidence-based. 50% of children who receive applied behavior analysis or receive high-quality behavior intervention, they improve tremendously. Parents should also know the function of the behavior. What causes that behavior to happen? Sometimes known as the antecedent of the behavior. What happened before that behavior actually happens? Once you know what happens before the behavior happens and provide antecedent intervention before that behavior actually happens, then it prevents the likelihood of that behavior occurring. Parents also need to know that children with autism work in a highly structured environment. Both at home, at school, the environment needs to be highly structured. That means whatever you plan to do daily, it has to be consistent. Children also learn using task analysis. I know for me as an adult, I try to use task analysis on myself. Task analysis is where you take a skill and break it down into small skills or small steps that a child can learn. Also, parents should work with a behavior analysis who is board certified and make sure that the board certified behavior analyst is experienced working with children with autism. Last, there are funding sources out there in each state for children with autism. We know that about 26 states has mandated funding sources specifically for children with autism. Thank you.
Having a child with autism is no easy feat by any means. The world of autism is characterized by, among other things, sudden meltdowns, uncontrollable laughter, or even a never-ending roller coaster of emotions that's faced by both the children, their parents, and other family members. Because once a family welcomes a child with autism into their unit and they learn about the diagnosis, their life is practically thrown into shambles, and their family unit, as they knew it prior to the diagnosis, is not the same, because they are dealing with a whole new world, if I may call it that. And a lot of times we see people that are not very familiar or conversant with autism giving unsolicited advice that tends to blame children's behavior on bad parenting. And also, we tend to judge parents with kids on the spectrum if they cancel plans near the last minute. Think we need to be more accommodating, more understanding, because these parents could have faced a last minute autism related crisis that they could not just walk away from. So we need to be more understanding, more accommodating, and learn more about autism and what other people go through, so that we can judge less and just be more supportive of the autism community in general. Because kids with autism are beautiful, they are colorful, they are amazing in their own very special way.
Faith, and I am a wife, and I am a mother of 3 brilliant, exceptional children, and one of them happens to be on the autism spectrum. The challenges that parents face with autism are very diverse, because when you've met one child with autism, you've met one child with autism. So at the very beginning of our journey, our son exhibited all the classic signs of autism. He wasn't pointing, he wasn't responding to his name, he was in a bubble, so he did not really have any social cues. He just had a lot of challenges, and so we had to go through the process of trying to fix each and every challenge, including the fact that he was not talking. He could not say mom or dad at the age of 3 years old. So we're lucky that amidst all these challenges, we had so many resources in the community as well as through the school system. We enrolled him in child watch development, in speech therapy, in physical therapy, in any therapy that we could get a hold of. And so the challenges have slowly shifted. And I can tell you right now, the challenges shift from season to season. So depending on when you meet me, today it might be this specific thing that we're dealing with. It may be speech, it may be expressive language, it may be receptive language, and in a different season it may be social cues and play skills and all of that. So it's not easy, but what we've learned to understand is that your child is not a label. Our child is not a label. He is still the same boy that we brought into this world. And even though he may have some shortcomings, that there is still hope. So what we've learned through this process is that from our son is that never underestimate what he is capable of doing. never put our own limitations on him, because I can tell you for sure, when we first saw the classic signs of autism, I thought he would never be able to speak. I thought he would never be able to understand language. But yet he has come so far. And currently he's 8 years old. He is speaking. He is doing so many things that we are beyond our imagination. But at the same time, he still struggles in certain areas. But we never give up hope. We never give up on this idea that there could still be a miracle. There could still be a treatment out there or a cure. We continue to be his best support and advocate. In terms of the family support and what it is that we would like to see families and friends provide to us, is essentially what they have already been providing to us, is that love for their nephew, for that love for their friend, and protecting him, treating him like any other child, not underestimating him, and also advocating for him. So,
Hello, so my name is Regina. I'm a mom of an autistic child. He was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3. I love my son so much. I would not change him for the world. He has taught me to love no matter what. He has taught me to be patient. He has taught me that we should appreciate everything that we have. And we should also know that no matter what anybody is going through, there's a reason they are going through that. So I'll tell you some of the challenges that I as a parent go through. My son, apparently, he's still learning how to talk. It's been quite a challenge for us, and a good thing at the same time, because we're seeing a lot of improvements. I learned about my son's diagnosis at the age of 3. And at the age of 2, he's going to be 3 this month. So my son has an issue when it comes to telling you what he wants, and it can be quite a challenge because he knows what he wants. He will try and direct you to that, and sometimes it's really difficult to know what he wants, so it leads to frustrations, which can be difficult, really difficult for me and him. And so that is one of my biggest challenge right now. My other biggest challenge that I would advise everybody in the community is, when you see a child out there in the community, please don't be so quick to judge that child. I have gone to different places whereby you have to sit down and wait for your turn to be called, and many people, you see them making such quick judgments when they see your child can't sit down still. Please, people in the community, let's not be so quick to judge that parent and see, oh, what's wrong with you? You need to teach your child better. Your child looks much older than the behaviors your child is doing right now. Let us be more compassionate to see that there's something that this parent could be going through, and it's not anybody's wish to make your child run around when you're trying to sit still. Believe me, I wish I would tell him, okay, Henry, sit down, and he would sit. That would be quite good, but that's not always how it works, even for a typical kid. So let's not be so quick to judge. I will also tell you one of the biggest lessons that I have learned from my son. I have learned to be patient. I was not a patient person at all, but having a child who is on the spectrum makes you learn a lot of patience. You learn that you should not be so quick to do everything. You should not be so quick to want to rush everything. You should appreciate every milestone. And parents out there, please appreciate every milestone of your child. Don't be so quick to judge, okay, my child is not doing this, my child better be doing this. Every milestone, it comes from God. So let us all appreciate our children's milestone. Children are not the same. Love them for who they are. My son makes me smile. He makes me happy. I would really, again, repeat, I would not change him for the world. So We are here to create awareness that we should love every child for who they are. We should love them for what they are. We should love them with whatever circumstances they are going through. Let us not be so quick to judge, and let us accept each and every person in this world. Thank you.
Are the cupcakes ready?
Yeah.
Can I have a cupcake?
DJ Suki.
Oh, DJ is going to taste it?
Yes. Thank you.
Is DJ choking?
Yeah. I just was joking.
Oh no. You gotta pat his back and make sure he's okay. Go and pat his back.
You're right. Yes. I told the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Angie. I'm a special education teacher. I work for Dallas Independent School District as a autism unit teacher, and I just wanted to share some strategies for working with children with autism. The first thing I always keep in mind is children with autism have to have a regular schedule every day and a regular routine every day. So all my students have schedules, and they do check their schedules all day long as they go for the high functioning students, as you can see right here. And I have a marker right here that they use as well. I have one where they pull for my students that don't cannot do this. I just have them have a visual schedule, and it has breakfast on it, and they'll take it and put it wherever they're eating breakfast, and they'll put it on the table with them. Once they finish, at the end of the day, we put them all back here. As they do it, they take it off the Velcro. That means they're finished with the task. That kind of gives them a visual of what they're supposed to do every day. Then the other thing I do with my students is I have a first and then for all my students that struggle with changes. I tell them first what they're going to do and then what they're going to do next. So first you're going to read, and then you're going to eat lunch. The other thing I believe helps them a lot is a timer. I use a timer every day, all day for all activities, so that they know when the timer goes off, I should finish this task. It's about time to go to a different task. The other thing I do that I think they really like is have an incentive. A lot of my kids love technology, so I have some really engaging games on here that also help them with like their fine motor skills, writing, reading, listening, speaking, speech, picture identification, just different things that they can do on here. That way when they do all that they need to do, they can work and then use this as an incentive. I give it to them for, again, a timed amount of time. They enjoy it and I take it back. But anyway, like I said, just have a routine, have a schedule, have a first and then to help with transitions, and then also just have an incentive that they work for. If you have any questions, please feel free to look online. There are plenty of resources. And as always, don't forget to wear blue for Autism Awareness.
So, how about 70 plus
Plus what?
30?
100.
You're right, 100. You're being goofy. Are you being goofy?
Yeah.
Which numbers did you miss?
1, 0, and 0.
So you know what 100 is. Okay, let me give you a very hard one, okay?
Okay.
44
44
minus
minus
4.
4.
What's the answer?
9.
Tell me the answer first. 44 minus 4 is?
40.
40. Okay, you're right, 40, Mr. Goofball. What's missing?
4 and 0.
You know it's 4 and 0. Okay, let me give you a very hard one. This one is gonna be so hard.
So odd.
Yeah.
66
66
minus
minus
7.
65, 64, 63, 52, 61, 60, 59.
59. You're right, 59. Lancy,
Yes.
is that right or wrong?
Wrong.
What it's supposed to be what? What's the right answer?
59.
Yeah, you know it's 59. Okay. What month are we on?
A month of March.
And what's the next month?
April.
The next month is April?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you spell April?
April.
Good job. Do you know how to...
Every parent has hopes and dreams when they're expecting a baby, and autism is not part of that plan. The cost of raising a child with autism is astronomical. The stress levels are similar to that of combat soldier. Yet, beneath the meltdowns, lack of speech, limited eye contact, and behavioral issues, I have unconditional love for my son. Raising my son has restored my faith in humanity. I've learned that family is the person who is willing to hold your hand when you need it most. I've gained a lot of family and friends throughout this journey. Children with autism and their parents need support and understanding, not rejection. If you can only give one gift only, then the greatest gift that you can give a child with autism is acceptance.